welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. At midfield, he's got room. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse. Great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Run it with the fullback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And the fullbacks, you know, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boy.
Game
Doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Got it in the middle, it's Bush. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
And the entire playbook is wide open on second and short like this. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll toss it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Tigers are rolling down the field. He wants to throw. Back open in the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. The give to the fullback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one. Got his man. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the option. Now the toss. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They'll try the run. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll give it to the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man and they convert. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
On the play, it's now 2nd and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, and this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Fullback's got it. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll leave it with him. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Caught. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
No problem for the offense there. They just took care of business.
And you practice these situations nowadays, you know you're going to go for it on 4th most of the time. 4th and 1, you feel very confident. You're ready to rock and roll, and they get the 1st down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Off play action. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Bush. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. It's complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. They go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Gonna let it fly. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Give to the big fullback.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got it. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football. And
touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? It hasn't always...
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Give to the fullback. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Makes the grab. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. There's something that just warms my soul about seeing a fullback in the game and being a weapon in the passing attack.
Let's get this guy some more touches, shall we? I mean, can we get this guy dialed up some more in the pass game?
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The big fullback's got it. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
A first down run in the red zone. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. You play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potentially.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to Week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed to do to start the season. Now just keep that mindset and keep grinding.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.